Here are some risks I related to IT that I put together. Let's run through them and make sure that we know them. Well, some assumptions of risk you should have is that risk is inherent in every aspect of the project management process. We talked about inherent risk back in our ERM. We talked about it. So risk is just inherent. It's going to be there. It's going to exist as long as someone or some party, or obviously there's error, but if someone is trying to get at your valuable information or whatever you have, then yeah, there's always risk that someone's going to try to do harm to your entity. There's always a trade-off between risk and reward. That's true, right? If you don't spend any money on data protection, then yeah, the risk is going to be pretty high. So that's a trade-off. The reward is you don't have to spend a lot of money. If you spend a lot of your money and you don't have as much of it, well, you'll have a lot less risk. That's kind of how it goes. And planning for risk management includes risk assessment, some risk assumptions to have knowing going forward for this. We have a bunch of types of risks here. I mean, gosh, you thought you saw enough risks with our financial risk management, but here are some IT related risks. Well, operating risk is the risk of doing the right things the wrong way. Story of my life, whether it's putting together a table or just doing my job. This is a risk in the process, day to day, or even period to period. Right? So, oh yeah, yeah, I can plug in the microwave. What do you mean it's upside down? What are you talking about? Strategic risk. This is the risk of choosing the wrong technology for a job. What do you mean I can't run data models on Microsoft Word? Isn't that what it's for? No. Significant deficiency from the beginning, such as choosing the wrong technology for a job that should require another. So, I mean, like you show up to dig the foundation for a 18-story building with a shovel. Those are extreme funny examples, but at least I think they're. I hope you think I'm funny as well. Please like me. So this is the risk of wrong technology. Maybe you choose a data management software, a DMS software that is just completely lackluster. It's the wrong technology. It's got so many holes in the programming, and it's just garbage. So that would be the wrong technology for a job. Information risk. This is the risk of having a firm's data compromised to external parties with malicious intent. Pretty straightforward, right? I don't think that's too crazy of a concept to grasp. Competitor risks. This is the risk from competitors damaging your company, such as patent infringement. All right. Well, yeah, if your competitor just sees, oh, that's a nice website you got there, I'm going to copy it, or oh, that's a great software you've got, I'm going to completely copy it and just roll with it. That's not good. And yeah, that's a risk that the competitor will just essentially steal your value and use it and make money off of it and steal market share away from you. Unintended risks, risk from unintentional damage, such as software defects. Hopefully, you don't have any software defects, but such as life, things happen. And yeah, unintentional damage internally, right there. Let's talk a little bit about computerized systems. Now, what does the exam want you to know? They want you to know that computerized systems were introduced to automate historically manual processes, right? Instead of doing a bunch of math by hand or on paper, you have Excel now. You got all your sum if formulas, your X lookup, because we moved on from the V lookup. Very innovative one there. I personally I don't use V lookup anymore. X lookup is the future. If any of you were not aware of it, please check it out. It's wonderful. Once they're in operation, the user can replicate the process manually and compare the results to the automated computer process to confirm the computer's accuracy. If you've never used Excel before, if you want to just double check that the formulas are running correctly, sure, yeah, the user can and probably should replicate the process manually and make sure that it's doing it properly. Forgetting Excel for a second, let's think about purchase order system or reimbursement system for a company, right? You got company cards. Well, hopefully they work automatically and just automatically reimburse the employee and all that. But sure, check it manually. Couldn't hurt. Make sure that it's doing what it should be doing. Computerized systems eliminate human error, and boy, do I provide a lot of error out there. However, when they are first introduced, it's important to manually and independently verify transactions to make sure that the system is functioning properly. Computers are great, but if you initially establish the computer, you set it up to not perform great, then it's going to just exacerbate what you established. So That is a great reason to verify it independently and manually. All important points to make note of for computerized systems. Risk action. All right, let's take a look. What do we got here? Well, what sort of action should we take? We've seen something similar to this in ERM, and we'll see a lot of similarities between ERM and IT risk because they're both risk. This is just specific for IT. And as the impact increases, the likelihood increases. What action should we take? Well, if the likelihood is 100% that, let's say, a tornado is going to hit, and the impact would be complete devastation, it would destroy our business, we should probably take some significant high action. If the likelihood is zero that a tornado is going to hit our business, and the impact would be zero because it doesn't matter, we work remote or something like that, then low action. Let's probably not do anything about the tornado. That is not going to happen and wouldn't affect us. Similarly, let's say likelihood's 100% that there'll be a flood. So we're all the way on this side, but the impact would be negligible because it's just not going to really affect us. We're good. We're all. Let's say it floods every year in wherever city you are, and the city knows how to handle it. Like for example, Denver. You know it's going to snow every year. You know you're going to get a couple feet of snow at one time. Likelihood's very high. Impact very low. So medium action. Obviously, find some middle ground here. And lastly, if the impact is, let's say, awful, it would completely destroy your business, but the likelihood is zero. I mean, yeah, sure, take some medium action, but you don't have to take fully high action or low action. Kind of get the gist of what is going on.
Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.